Lainey sensed his presence behind her while she sat in the broad-backed seat. His sandalwood scent overwhelmed her, filling her nostrils, and her body tensed. Clenching her eyelids together, she tried to will away the pain. "I'm not in the mood for conversation right now, Captain," she said, not wanting to be antagonistic but unable to offer any niceties, due to the dull throbbing in every crevice of tissue inside her brain. Hunter rustled behind her, and Lainey felt his warmth even though they lacked any physical contact. "My wife suffered from migraines too," he said, his tone laced with sympathy and a trace of hesitation. "I used to help her." "How?" she asked, not understanding how anyone could ward off the evil bouts of murderous pain that invaded her mind. He was quiet for a moment. "Can I touch you? By your temples?" Lainey's eyes snapped open, although she couldn't see him since he was staring into the darkness before her. "Why?" It's hard to explain. If you'd rather I not. Honestly, I'd let Lucifer himself touch me right now if he could ward off this monster. Go ahead." Firm arms slid tentatively over the back of the chair, coming to rest on each side of her neck. The warm pads of his fingers pressed against the soft skin of her temples. Closing her eyes, Lainey sunk into the ministrations as his fingers began to swirl small circles, the pressure steady but gentle. "Oh my God," she breathed, her body relaxing in the chair, lithe as a cat on a sunny windowsill. Each pulse in her brain was soothed by his strong, agile fingers. "You're a saint. Don't ever stop. I'll give you all the riches in the world." His throaty chuckle encircled her like a fluffy blanket. "I know how badly these things hurt. Kara used to wail in pain when one took over. When I would massage her like this, it seemed to help." "It's heaven," Lainey sighed, not even caring she sounded like a doe-eyed weakling. There she sat while he stood, feeling true relief from a migraine for perhaps the first time in her life. Eventually, his fingers shifted south as he tried to move the ministrations to the base of her head and neck, although his standing position stilted his reach. "This will probably sound all sorts of wrong, but it's easier if you sit in my lap. That way I can reach your neck better. Those muscles hold a lot of the tension during migraines." Lainey immediately stiffened, lids flying open as she digested his words. "Whoa," he said, sliding his fingers back to her temples. "Don't tense up. If that's too uncomfortable, I understand. Just trying to help." Lainey sat up, turning to stare into his eyes, the silver surrounding the pupils almost the same color as the moon. "I don't think that's a good idea." He held up both hands, palms facing out. "No worries. I swear there wasn't 1 ounce of anything sexual around that suggestion. I'm not really a subtle man, Lainey. If I wanted to say something sexual to you, I would. Kara used to sit in my lap while I did this, that's all. I'm sorry." Lainey exhaled a ragged breath, barely able to focus on his words due to the hammering between her temples. Damn, but he looked so sincere, and his ministrations had actually been helping. "Okay," she said, standing and gesturing to the chair. "Plop down, but if this gets weird in any way, I'm out." The curve of his lips was incredibly sexy in the dim light of the moonlit clouds. As he maneuvered his muscled body into the chair, Lainey realized her mistake. She'd never be able to sit atop his broad body and control her ragged heartbeat. He was too masculine, too raw. The thought of losing herself to the ridiculous chemicals that always accompanied sexual attraction was terrifying. She'd done that once before, and the consequences had been calamitous.